Hello. On behalf of the United States Postal Service, I have the tremendous honor of issuing a forever stamp commemorating the life of First Lady Nancy Reagan. Through our stamp program, the Postal Service seeks to commemorate and celebrate the very best of America, and Nancy Reagan truly represents that effort. Nancy Reagan was an inspiring individual. She was an important part of one of the most pivotal presidencies of the 20th century as a wife, champion, and trusted advisor to our 40th President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. In addition, her legacy of public service throughout her eventful life made her one of the most influential First Ladies in modern times.
Her role, as anyone that worked closely with her can tell you, was a lifetime of support for her husband. He was always the one out front, but she was critically important behind the scenes. If there hadn't been a Nancy Reagan, there would definitely not have been a Ronald Reagan as governor or president. That's just a fact. She was his main pillar of support throughout his life. And she wasn't looking for accolades or looking to be out front. She was looking to support him.
The most exciting thing to me was the visits that she made around the country, and she crisscrossed the country. She was relentless, if you will, in her interest to get out of the White House, get on the ground, and have conversations and try to make a difference.
She had an infectious laugh and a good sense of humor. She was a great listener, and she liked to learn. She valued people who could teach her things, tell her things that she didn't already know. That was a big part of her life, was seeking out people, interesting people, who could tell her interesting things and take her to places in a sense that she had not been before. That was a big part of her life.
The Postal Service takes great pride in our mission to bind the nation together. Through the issuance of the Nancy Reagan Forever Stamp, we will provide the means for the public to come together in remembrance and commemoration. I, along with the 650,000 women and men of the United States Postal Service, am proud to honor First Lady Nancy Reagan with this stamp.
She sort of had a majestic quality about her, those doughy eyes, and she was such a lady, you know, a true lady from another time.
It's so appropriate because Nancy Reagan wrote letters all the time, as did her husband. They were letter writers, so stamps would be something that would resonate with her.
I think my mother would have been very flattered to be on a stamp. She would have been modest about it, I suppose. She'd go, well, you know, you really should put my husband on a stamp. I'm sure he already is. but secretly she'd have been thrilled, I think. But the only person who would have been more thrilled than my mother to see her on a stamp is my father. He would have been tickled to death that his wife was on a stamp. That would have pleased him no end.